A popular Del Mar plastic surgeon faces serious allegations from the state medical board.
He's accused of reusing sutures and allowing his wife and baby in an operating room during a procedure. Team 10 troubleshooter Kristen Severance was the only reporter at that hearing today. She has the story new at 5. Kristen?
So this is the complaint filed against Dr. Chasen. Now, we weren't allowed to film the hearing and we were only allowed to shoot video in certain parts of the building. But I was there as both sides argued their points in front of a judge. Team 10 interviewed Dr. Paul Chasen in 2006 for a story about women replacing saline breast implants with silicone ones.
There really hasn't been a device in the history of man that's been studied as intensely as the silicone implant.
6 years later, he wasn't as willing to talk.
It's not a good thing right now.
Dr. Chasen is in the middle of an administrative hearing after the medical board filed this complaint against him. The complaint alleges he repeatedly allowed his son and mother of his son inside the operating room during surgical procedures, repeatedly reused sutures from patient to patient, told patients about procedures he'd done on other patients using their first and last names, repeatedly possessed and smoked marijuana between July 2005 and May 2006. In court today, a patient who said Chasen told her about an intimate surgery done on another patient testified. Chasen's attorney called her memory of the events into question. The medical board also called an expert to the stand to talk about the allegations on the medical procedures. Chasen's attorney questioned the expert's credentials. While Dr. Chasen would not talk to me, his attorney released this statement. It says in part, "There is no evidence in this medical board case that any patients suffered infections." And Dr. Chasen is an ethical, dedicated, highly respected plastic surgeon who never has exploited his physician-patient relationships. Now again, in this complaint, there were allegations that Chasen had sex with patients, but a judge dismissed all the allegations relating to sex at the hearing, and that hearing is supposed to wrap up on Friday.
So what happens after Friday?
So a judge has 30 days to write the proposed decision, and then the medical board can adopt it or adopt it with changes. There's a few options.
From there, what happens with Dr. Chasen?
There's a variety of different things that could happen. I was reading through it in this complaint. So he could lose his license, he could be put on probation, or all the charges could be dropped. So we really have to wait and see. And the medical board has 100 days after the judge issues that statement. So we're not going to know for a little while.
Right.
Okay.
A lot of possibilities. Thanks,
Right.
Kristen.
Sure.